Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Look, as a photographer, we can get into a rut of shooting the same places. So I want to hop on here and share what Andrea and I do, how we find fresh new places. So type hey if you're here with me live, type replay if you're here watching a replay, because this is really important. I know I have a studio. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Instagram. I know I have a studio. I love photographing inside. I love controlling the temperature, the climate, the whatever, because I photograph mostly little kids and high school seniors, of course, which high school seniors love outside. So Andrea and I photograph the high school seniors usually together, which is super fun. And some of you don't even have a studio, or you don't shoot at your house, which is completely fine, you photographers. So the thing is, hey, Christy, hey, Natalie, hi, guys, hi, Cassie. The thing is, I get it when you don't have a studio. I had a photographer the other day in my coaching program say, Sarah, but I don't have a studio, so I can't shoot anything until it warms up. And I'm like, yeah, you can. So Andrea and I, we find places. Like there was a really cool hotel lobby for years that we photographed. We made friends with the gal who worked there, and we would just go in. We wouldn't be there long. It was like kind of mid-century. They had really cool furniture, really cool graphics, and really good natural light. So we'd pop in, we'd do photos, and we'd pop out. What's the big deal? We also, when we're in sessions, we drive and we try to go different paths. Like if you've ever gone out on a Sunday drive where you're like just driving. Even in my city, I don't live in a big city, but when you put on your sort of photo goggles, it's about looking at things differently. Hey, Caleb, yo. So we look at things through our different lens of who can we photo, or like how are things different? Because when you're just driving and you're talking and not paying attention, but if you're looking at it through the filter of what's a cool spot, where's the good light? I love in the winter hat and scarf photos. Those can be awesome. And those can be amazing. Museums, public parks, libraries. If you don't live in a big city, you might have a local courthouse or a city hall. Like just make a day where you go and you check out all of these places, and you can either be the rule follower and you can go ask permission, or you can be more like me and you just apologize after. If you're like, oh, I didn't know we couldn't photograph here. We're the state capitol, so we have some really cool old state capitol buildings. We have some really cool old places. There are often city streets. Look at the reflection. We went with my daughter. One of my daughters started a photography business, and she wanted to photograph my husband and I at the sort of bar restaurant where we met. So we went there as the sun was setting, and in the side reflection of the window was the old state capitol. In the sun setting, it was the coolest thing, something that I had never even noticed. So there are buildings, there are reflections, there are gardens and playgrounds. You could rent an Airbnb for a day. How fun is that? Had that ever happened when I show them the pictures I got? I'm not sure what you're asking, Amanda. Ask that again. Love that idea, an Airbnb, right? Rent that for a day and set up people. Say, hey, I've got this cool location rented for one day. Especially you guys who live in really cool big cities. I'm in a smaller market, but if you live in a really cool city, you can rent some really cool spaces. Why not do that for a day and book people all day long, back to back to back? That creates scarcity and urgency. How many are having an aha moment? Type in what your aha is. Like, where have you not been thinking of photographing in your market? Winter's great. I have a friend named Fuzzy Dunkel. Gosh, I haven't seen Fuzzy for years, but he's an excellent photographer. And he would show, when he was teaching at all the national conventions, he would show this gorgeous headshot of a person. And then he would zoom out and show how he used like a piece of paper in his garage. And he just would shoot using come to the edge of the light and use the natural light coming in and just photograph that way. And so if you're stuck or you're saying, oh my gosh, I don't have I don't have a great studio. You don't need a great studio. Have you ever had that encounter where the store manager told you couldn't shoot in the store and had them forgive you? No, if I were shooting in someone's store, I would ask permission. My last studio was owned by an interior decorator, and I did ask his permission to photograph in his store, like furniture. He had sofas and chairs, and we didn't do it much, but he was totally fine with it. A store is a little different. A hotel lobby is a public place, right? Or more, I was thinking like a courthouse. And I'm trying to think of somewhere I've been kicked out of. I can't off the top of my head, although I think there's probably somewhere. I shot a Chihuly exhibit down in Dallas, Texas, where they had the Chihuly glass exhibit in there. I photographed at zoos. Like there are all kinds of public places. Client's home. Scooch the furniture around. Use natural light in a reflector. I shoot in natural light all the time. I'm literally sitting in natural light right now. I can almost touch the window. It's funny. I had a bunch of students who came to my studio, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we thought your office was so big." I'm like, because they see me live all the time. They're like, they envisioned this giant room. It's not at all. It's a small little office. And for whatever reason, they thought it was big. So you can change what space looks and feels like. Just move their furniture a little bit and get a good angle. You don't need so many things. What if you don't have models? I'm new to photography in your business. Hi, Natalie. So, I mean, everybody wants to be photographed. You can find models easily. Get your friends, get your family. Ashley, how did you learn to pose your people? Ooh, fun question. I started photographing children, which I think is a great place to start because you don't really have to understand posing. If you can pick open natural light where there aren't a bunch of shadows and you don't have direct sunlight on hitting your subject's face, and figure that out first. And then I started taking classes. I went to conventions. I did online things trying to learn. Luckily, I'm in some really cool photography groups that I got invited to be in because of my marketing. And I had friends who showed me, right, look, when I sit like this, I look a lot wider than when I turn sideways and I lean forward and maybe I hide, a body with hands. So just posing things that make all of us look more flattering. I'm not a fan of going into Photoshop and like changing people's face shape. You can do that with light, right? Light bends things. It moves, body parts, because most of us are not perfectly symmetrical. We're like one eye is bigger than the other. We have crooked nose, crooked whatever. So you have to learn those things. So I'd start with children and just keep investing in yourself, right? You've got to keep working on your craft all the time. So type in what your biggest takeaway is. Type in one person or one place that you can photograph your people that you hadn't thought about. Is it a local hotel? Is it a city museum? Is it the zoo? There are so many cool places that you can photograph that you're not even probably thinking about. Maybe you put time on your calendar to go and find some cool places in your city. And I get bored easily. I don't like to shoot at the same place over and over and over again. But let me give you one more cool ninja thing. Are you guys cool if I share one more thing? Something I do on every senior session is I find one really cool new place to go. And it might just be a ditch that I have hopped off. I have been known to pull over and use people's flowers in their house. And I'll tell people, oh my gosh, those are only blooming for like one more day. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop off. You're going to jump out. This is how you're going to sit. I might show them. We get out, we do it, and we peel away. We don't touch anything. We don't hurt anything. We don't go up near people's homes. But if they have stuff out by the road, maybe I've done that. Maybe you could do that. Yes. Steps of churches. Yes. Elusive firefly. Absolutely. So my goal today was to get you thinking differently. Angela said tips for photographing children that are shy or not wanting to laugh or smile. Oh my gosh, children are my jam. I just play with them. Every time you meet with little kids, like work on getting that expression and you'll be able to get it over and over and over. Like I have certain things I do over and over and over again. I have a magic chair. I have a treasure chest. I have a little spider. When they're about 2, I probably go and they just giggle. Sometimes I have a spinny chair that I have mom or dad sit behind them and I spin them and then I'll tell mom and dad what to do. Like tickle their toes, giggle, like, and I get natural smiles. I also talk to them, like I get them in conversations, right? And I say silly things. Like I don't sit and say smile, but I say silly things. So I love kids. They're so magical and so fun. All right, cool. Well, I hope you guys got some good ideas here. My goal is that you make your life easier so you can put your family first. I want to also make sure you know we have a Facebook group that is 100% free for photographers. If you want more of this, if you like learning, if you know, like I am passionate and I want to do more and be more and have more and give more, come and join us. It's for boutique portrait photographers. We have a really awesome, nice filter. If you're a jerk or you want to play the shame and blame game or yell at people or be mean, bully, this is not for you. We're not that kind of group. Okay, I want you to make money and put your family first. That's what I'm about, putting your family first. You don't have to choose between corporate or being a stay-at-home parent. Both are fine careers, but if you want both, your photography business can do that for you, which is cool. Okay, so I give free resources, all kinds of cool things. So, right, just come into Facebook /groups/ditch the digitals. Okay, we are portrait photographers is the title. You can find it that way too. It's a little tricky. I'm going to put the link in here if it's not already there so you can find it. Come join us. Come hang out with us. We always have cool things happening. It's kind of like a party in there. So if you want a business party, your business doesn't have to be painful. It's not going to be easy always, but it doesn't have to be painful. Okay, so come and join us. If you have a photographer friend, tag them. And most of you hopefully have our book, Worth Every Penny. If you don't, type it in. I'm worth every penny. I'm worth every penny. Ashley, Emma, Carla, Amanda, I'm seeing all of you guys. All right. This is your time. Let's go be more. All right. See you guys in the group or back here or both.